Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Capricorn. I'm the Cannastrologer. My name is Abby, and this is a reading for the beginning of June for the Strawberry Moon. That's June 1st through the 4th, and this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you have strong Capricorn placements anywhere throughout your charts and any part of this resonates with you, or even the title resonates with you, then it could be meant for you. Do know that energy is timeless. Don't know if I said that or not. And that everybody encapsulates both masculine and feminine energies within them. Energies can be crisscrossed, flip-flopped, and or reversed. This week we've got, so starting on June 1st, it's actually in the middle of the week, it's on a Thursday. Yes. It starts out in Scorpio, and that's a water sign, dark water sign, where you find motivation, harness your personal power, take control, rid whatever no longer serves you, speak your mind about things that you typically aren't ready or kind of afraid to say, and also pursue your passions. And then Saturday, June 3rd, is when the full moon happens. That's the strawberry full moon. It's going to be in Sagittarius. Now, that's fire energy, and talks about long-term planning, thinking big, speaking your truth, maybe making plans, things like vacation and stuff like that. And then being the full moon, that's all about clarity and energy. It's an excellent time to cast spells, making moon water, cleansing your tarot cards and crystals, even taking like moon ritual baths. And then also a great time to sing, dance, chant, that kind of energy. And then it being the strawberry full moon, actually, let's do that first. The strawberry full moon, at the end of 2022, I did a reading called The 13 Moons of 2023. And you can look it up in my videos. It's probably queued up in one of the first two that you'll see on the page. But it's timestamp, jump ahead to the strawberry full moon, and these are the three cards that I pulled. So the first one is the Nine of Cups, and it stands for peach. This is the Herb Crafter's Tarot. And the Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment. So there's wishes being fulfilled this month for many of us. And so, especially if I feel like if you're like water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but take it as it resonates. It could be for anybody, or you might have that in your chart. But the Nine of Water, it's all about, wishes being fulfilled. Now, this card specifically talks about celebrating the pleasures of life, and then when those deepest wishes come true, make sure you give gratitude, because if you don't, then it will bring out the adverse effects of this card, which is like greediness and just like the more negative connotations of having everything that you want. Sometimes it's like more of a spoiled type of energy. But when you give with gratitude or receive with gratitude, then gratitude is what you get back in the long run. So Nine of Cups, peach. Nines are also almost like the completion of like a cycle or something. And so, you're one step away from being able to put down the burdens, to end a cycle, to start a new cycle, to take a rest, right? So there's that. Then we've got the, I pulled with the magical spell cards, number 24, Magical Powers. And this talks about, I weave and clear, I cast and know magic secrets to me now show. There's a phoenix on this. And so it's like rising from the ashes. You could have been, having a tough time. I know we just came off of like the Mercury retrogrades, the eclipses, just crazy astro weather, right? And it sent a lot of people through a tailspin. So it's like now that this is balancing out, people are emerging, from those flames, rising from the ashes like phoenixes that we are, and also ascending. Some of you may be diving deeper into esoteric studies. Some of you actually, might be just diving deeper into what you're passionate about. Creating things, bringing out that inner flame within yourself and doing what really stirs your soul is what I'm thinking. 24, number 24 could be significant. Could be somebody's like sports number, favorite number, lucky number, birthday, age. Just take it as it resonates. 2 + 4 is 6. So 6s are about harmony, victory, balancing things. Also, being with somebody who's been around since like your childhood, or that gives you nostalgic feelings or brings out your inner child. But it's also, sixes are also about your future self too. So it's like balancing of relationships and stuff. And then we've got the leopard skin jasper for the crystal message card, and that stands for silence. I actually have a leopard jasper. It's beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, if it's going to focus. Not really, but it's really pretty. And speaking of the color peach, it actually has peach all up in it. It's like peach and tan and black and a little bit of gray and a couple different colors. But so it stands for silence. It talking about silence has strength. This isn't like ghosting somebody, right? But it's silence has strength. Work on goals quietly. Keep it sacred by keeping it secret for now. I am quiet. I am humble. I don't need the approval of others to validate my efforts and my work. And my worth. Some of you may be working on something, right? But you don't need the opinions of others to validate what you're doing. If you're doing it for yourself, if you're doing it because it makes you happy, then just do it. Who cares about what anybody else thinks? Do it because it makes you feel good. Okay. So, that could be some resonating themes for you. The song that I had on pre-shuffle for you when I was getting the cards ready, Capricorn, is Leather and Lace by Stevie Nicks and Don Henley. Beautiful song. I believe I was listening to the 2016 remastered version, so there could have been something significant that happened to you in 2016. Take it as it resonates. Some of the lyrics that I picked up on is love so fragile and the heart so hollow. You're saying I'm fragile, I try not to be. Lovers forever, face to face. I need you to love me. Give me your leather. Take from me my lace. And then Don Henley sings, you in the moonlight with your sleepy eyes. Could you ever love a man like me? And you were right. Sometimes I'm a strong man and sometimes I cry. First time I saw you, I knew with you to light my nights. Somehow I would get by. And then they both sing, give me your leather, take from me my lace. Capricorn, please. I am definitely feeling couple vibes in this reading. You could be dealing with a significant other. This song, the meaning, the actual meaning by the artists of this song was, I believe it was, she was writing it about like friends that she knew, but it's about, the masculine, like wanting to be the man in a relationship, right? And, where it's more rough like leather, right? And beards and I'm not saying you have to have a beard to be a man. That's not what I'm saying. But it's, taking care of everything, and which is fine. I'm not saying anything against that, right? And then on the lace side, something way more feminine and dainty and, take from me my lace, that type of energy, right? And really playing like the roles, but also having kind of like a tumultuous, and I don't want to say like toxic, not like that, but like just the ups and the downs of the relationships and how those two completely like different roles balance but also clash together, okay? Especially when in modern times much of those roles are more balanced out, because again, and I say it in all my readings, everybody has masculine and feminine energies within them. It's a matter of balance within yourself first, and then especially in a relationship, balancing that out with the other partner. So I feel like what could make this particular song, like the meaning behind this song and what I'm feeling from it, is that like you've got a masculine who's like really in his masculine, and then you've got a feminine who could be really in her feminine, or maybe not so much, because Stevie Nicks wasn't really, right? And there could be some clashes there, but also it makes it's a very romantic song, and it's about, loving each other and supporting each other, and and even the masculine, he says, you were right. Sometimes I'm a strong man, but sometimes I cry, and so it's him also embracing that as well. It's just, dynamic lovers. That's the best way I can put it. Dynamic lovers. And so I know this doesn't resonate with all of you. Not everybody is in a relationship. This doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. It could be platonic or some type of like a work type relationship as well. But take it as it resonates, and don't try to force anything or hold on to anything that doesn't make sense to you. So underneath the deck with the Queen of the Moon Oracle, just making sure you can see this actually. Oh, also, I want to shout out Whack It Grinders, my favorite grinder company in the world. This is their Goddess KLR series. And then they also have the robots. It's an automatic cone filler. If you go to the description below, I have them tagged. You can check out their YouTube and all their videos. But I have a link in the description box where you can check out the products and just go get yourself one because it's amazing. And it's great for any kind of plant material, kitchen herbs, kitchen spices. I use it for everything, like literally everything. Sage, lavender, mugwort, even cannabis, plant medicine, that kind of stuff. So go check them out. Okay, so I'm using the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Underneath the deck we have number 10, discernment. So this is talking about using intuition, using your discernment and making decisions about something. And that could be anything, any big decisions that you're making. 10 could be significant. So 10s are endings, but they're also beginnings because 1 plus 0 equals 1. So there could be some kind of ending that's happening right now or that just happened. Maybe ending of a job, ending of a relationship, ending of classes, school. There's everything. There's a bunch of stuff that just ended. But it also means the beginning of something else, like summer, right? Or the beginning of a new relationship or a new job or whatever. So, but use discernment when making decisions surrounding this. Top of the deck, number 22, wisdom. So these two go hand in hand. I really like this a lot. And also 22 is a divine number. It's very stable. And then 2 plus 2 equals 4. And that is all about house, home, like the actual structure of. So like we are talking like family and structure and foundation and maybe even like starting a family for some of you. But wisdom and discernment go hand in hand for sure. It's being wise, making the right decisions. I just heard calculated decisions. Figuring things out. And it's like one of those things too, it's especially if you're in any kind of a relationship, family structure, anything like that. If you've gone through the ups and downs, any kind of hard times, you know that it's wise, using wisdom, to also use discernment when making decisions about the overall relationship, the overall family. You can't just like go off making decisions for yourself and not talking it over with the other person. Things won't balance that way. But let's read what Queen of the Moon says about wisdom. Number 22. I actually pretty much flipped to it and then flipped past. Wisdom is more than mere knowledge. There may be something you aren't seeing and need to research more thoroughly. Wisdom is gathered, but it takes time. Learn from your experience. You might wish to ask the opinion of a wise mentor if you are uncertain. I use my knowledge and experience to make wise decisions. So let's see, there's a gathering of knowledge and experience, and what we discern and learn from is this: if the result has acuity, if it is successful in the real world and in good sense and perception, it's most probably wise. The getting of wisdom takes time usually, and we can be impatient for it. We might cut corners and not see the role we take in our own poor decision making. As modern people, we have millennia of wisdom to assist us. Human history has some very wise people starring in it, and some not so wise. So we have plenty of examples from which to learn. And then I just heard discern. It's like you have to discern what is it that's wise, what is it that's not. Like, I just heard Wise Guys. I don't know what that is. Wise Guys? Is that a movie? I thought that was a comedy club. But I live in Las Vegas, so I don't know. But it talks about gathering wise people around you. And it's one of the wisest things that you can do is surrounding yourself with, they always say the best advice is to surround yourself with people smarter than yourself, right? And that's how you become smarter. And then adversely, if you surround yourself with people who aren't so bright or intelligent or use common sense, it could potentially bring you down as well. So take it as it resonates. The companion stone or metal is fluorite. I don't have it with me here, but it's like purple green. What are the colors? It's like a purpley greeny type of stone. It's very pretty. It's one of my daughter's favorite stones, actually. And then discernment, really, that's using your gut, your intuition, you know, making good judgments, knowing how to trust yourself and your decisions. And so that's bottom of the deck, which is underlying energy or what you don't see coming. All right, so let's get into this because I've already talked for, oh my gosh, I just saw 555 on the clock. Calling in our spirits for higher peace, power, prosperity, and protection, please, for Capricorn. What do we have for Capricorn? June 1st through 4th, Strawberry Moon. I did pick up, though, in that song, he was talking about you in the moonlight, and, you know, we have this moon coming up. So get outside. Try to get outside underneath the moon, maybe with your lover, you know. Strawberry Moon. Okay, energy going into this is the Queen of Swords. It's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. You could have that in your chart, whether you're male or female. But this is somebody who's extremely wise. Like I said, I heard wise guys earlier. And what I love about her is that she gets all of her knowledge and wisdom through the ups and the downs that she's been through. And she's been through a lot, right? But that's how she's gained her experience. She makes her decisions based on facts, logic, and wisdom. And, you know, swords are about very little emotion. I'm not saying that they're not emotional people, but they are specifically rulers based on communication and what they know. Right? I say they, the king and the queen, right? So the Queen of Swords, but she's looking forward. And even though she has her sword up, like guarded, she's ready to fight. It's also kind of like a beckoning, like, bring it on. Like, come to me. Not in an aggressive way, but just like, bring it on. She also has a dragon by her side. She's a slayer of dragons. She makes it happen, right? Okay. What do we have for Capricorn, please? Okay, two more, please. Two more, please, for Capricorn. Well, this has been coming out so much. Okay, so it's Ace of Swords underneath the deck. This is, again, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, and the Ace of Swords is like, it's like a brilliant new idea, but also like it could mean victory, like something's like victorious happening. Maybe an idea worked, or it's just a great idea and it will become a victory, right? Because this is underlying energy or what you don't see coming. Definitely through communication. Okay, I'll take it like that. Nice. Actually, kind of like this. Okay. So, we start out with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is talking about like the independent woman in the middle of a garden. So, this is your past or recent past energy. You could be dealing with this is you. It's Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy, right? But this could be talking about like an independent woman. She is usually, you know, lavishly dressed. She stands in the middle of the garden in which she created herself. There's a peacock on this card, so it's like she's kind of peacocking it. You also could have like a strong connection to peacocks. I love peacocks, peacock feathers and all of that. But the Nine of Pentacles talks about being independent and wealthy. And again, this could have been like your energy in the past, or you could be dealing with somebody that's like that in the past. Then we have the Devil, and it's in reverse. So this is toxicity, but it's in reverse. And so this is good, because if it were this way, I'd be worried. This is talking about, and I'm going back to that song, that Leather and Lace, right? Like, there could have been an element of toxicity, or the potential for, especially like, you know, coming out of something. But it's in reverse now. So I feel like it's more like just a deep love, a deep fascination, a deep, dare I say obsession, but in a more healthy way. If it were this way, it would be an unhealthy obsession, right? This way, it's kind of and there's nothing like really healthy about obsession in itself. But I feel like this is somebody like who may have some obsessive qualities or obsessive traits. And they're trying to control it, okay? They also could have this obsession over this Nine of Pentacles. Like this energy, this independent, I say woman because normally that's what it's depicted of. It could be a male. But there could be like this obsession towards this Nine of Pentacles in the past. But that's not for everybody, right? But this is also talking about dropping those toxic habits, dropping those traits, trying to control them. The way that I picked this up, because it fell sideways, but I turned it in reverse. Otherwise, if this were this way, I could be also, and I'm going to read it both ways for you guys, because there could be some Capricorns. First off, also, Capricorn, this is you. Capricorn is the devil, and it's just your sign. So I know many of you probably already know this, but this is toxicity, right? It's evil, it's obsession, it's bad habits. And for some Capricorns watching this, you may be like in a very toxic minded, mindset, potentially even towards like a Nine of Pentacles in the past. Or like it could be toxic around money, or toxic around work, or some kind of obsession. But I picked it up like this. I feel like I'm actually speaking more towards those of you Capricorns who are really getting on top of those, like getting a handle on any kind of emotional or mental instability, and you're really trying to like work on yourselves. So then we have the Moon. And I love that this card came up for you. This normally talks about secrets. This is also about, it's like the sign of Scorpio and Pisces energies. But this talks about secrets, and there still could be secrets in a relationship, or about a Nine of Pentacles energy, maybe about like things that happened to you in the past when you were maybe young and independent, or something like that, right? But you're trying to get a handle on all of that energy. And I feel like this is like more like a breakthrough. You're going to have this breakthrough, like how to deal with it, how to get past it, how to heal it, right? Healing that devil within. Feel good about that. For others of you, if it's in reverse, there could be secrets that you're hiding, things that you're doing to a Nine of Pentacles or surrounding a Nine of Pentacles. Be about money, trying to hurt somebody's money. You're not going to. I'll tell you that right now. That only creates karma for you. It really only falls back on you even further if that happens. I feel like it's somebody trying to annoy another person with like communication. It could be text messages, it could be social media, it could be emails, that kind of stuff. And if that's the case, also this could, in reverse, like if it's that kind of negative energy, that person could be getting blocked. And then you're just wasting your freaking time. Take it as it resonates. Use discernment. Your better judgment. See, okay, so this comes back to the devil in reverse and the original storyline I was talking about. The energy going into clarification is the Ten of Cups, and this is house, home, family life, like everything that makes you happy and content in what you desire and yearn for, right? So, and I go back to that leather and lace, right? Okay, let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles for Capricorn, please. I just want to see. Oh, yeah. We've got the Three of Swords. It's the Devil in reverse for Capricorn. What's the devil? What just flipped? Okay. The Star. That's okay. And then the Moon, please. The Moon. What's the Moon for Capricorn? Thank you. Wow. Nine of Pentacles again. See, this is more of that independent woman, how she's surrounded by the garden. She could be good with animals, or animals love her. She could have red hair. There's that also. And I feel like she's having a new beginning. She's getting this new communication, brilliant new idea, whether this is you or another person that you're dealing with. But it's like, it's a victory for this person. Definitely a victory. Now, clarifying the Moon is the Seven of Cups, and this is about opportunities and options right at their fingertips. And, you know, you see a beautiful woman, and she's like, which one shall I choose? So, I feel like this energy, you could have, okay, first let me start at the beginning. I'm jumping ahead. So in the past, we have the Nine of Pentacles. It's clarified by the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, deception, deceit. This Nine of Pentacles could have maybe either hurt your heart or upset you or disappointed you for some reason. I don't think it was intentional. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I feel like you hurt yourself. And this could have to do with like inner healing, child healing, maybe even some kind of like instability, whether that's chemical, mental, health-wise, you know, that kind of energy. But it also could have something to do with just like miscommunication, because that's, again, swords are all about communication. And then we've got the Devil in reverse, which is like, again, the reverse on toxicity. This, I feel like, okay, again, if for those of you who it would be read upright, you may view this star energy as a devil, but this is telling me that they're not, right? They're not toxic. Whoever this energy is. Could be you, could be another person. This is the star sign of Aquarius, but also the star talks about being the star. Somebody who's actually like the star on stage, on a platform, but also it represents healing and hopes and wishes and dreams and desires. Also, I'm getting, there could have been somebody that was trying to be toxic with this star, trying to knock her off her throne, or him. Take it as it resonates. You know, just trying to create an upset. And maybe that's the secret, but the Seven of Cups clarifying the Moon is, and I feel like it's like this star is looking at all these opportunities. Like, that's the secret. Whoever's trying, okay, there's like multiple storylines here. Everybody's different because not everybody has the same chart, right? But if there's somebody that was trying to create some kind of toxicity, some kind of controversy, some kind of upheaval in another person's life, number one, super bad freaking juju. It will all come back on you. Just know that. But also, number two, it's not affecting her. In fact, if it's only opening up more opportunities. And I feel like that's going to come out during the full moon or after the full moon. But that's the secret. Secret's out. You're not affecting that star if you're trying to. Now, if this is about you, other storyline. I feel like those toxic ways, the toxic habits, the toxicity, obsessions, obsessive thoughts, even about yourself, negativity, that kind of thing. If you're somebody that's like trying to work on that, trying to bring yourself up into this like independent Nine of Pentacles type of energy, I feel like, you're gonna, the secret is, what you don't see coming, is that you're gonna have some opportunities that comes out because you have been working hard on that. You've been working hard for yourself. And so I see that too. Use discernment. Be wise. Again, be wise about who you're surrounding yourself with. Be wise in using discernment about like the messages and the communication that you're sending out. Are you wasting your time? Are you wasting your breath? Who freaking cares what anybody else thinks? Just like we were talking about with the wisdom card. Who cares what anybody else thinks? And also with this affirmation with silence. Silence is powerful in itself. And you don't need the approval of others to validate your efforts and your worth. You don't. And also understand nobody else does either. So if you think that you're trying to, for those of you being a little more toxic towards others, and just be honest with yourself, right? They don't need your approval to validate themselves or their worth either. So there's that. Underneath the deck, underlying energy, what you don't see coming, it's this new communication or this victory for this Nine of Pentacles energy. So that will be showing up. What do we have for the Black Moon Astrology for Capricorn, please? It's weird. A couple of the readings this week have been like readings for the sign, but it's been about another sign. So it could be like just somebody that's affecting your energy, or you're letting affect your energy this week. But there's a reason behind that. And it's usually because there's a lesson. So you have to pay attention. Use discernment. And again, that wisdom, it talks about like people around you. Who do you surround yourself with? Are they positive? Are they negative? Do you spend your time talking about people, or or do you spend your time talking about like how to make money, how to become that independent, wealthy, full of opportunity type of person? Or do you spend talking about people like that? Take it as it resonates. Okay, one more. I need a good one. Perfect. Capricorn. Underneath the deck, we've got number 16, Cancer. I feel something significant could be happening on the 16th. 1 + 6 is 7. Sevens are all about defensiveness, putting up your boundaries, sticking up for what you believe in. It's a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but obviously Cancer. Cancer is very emotional. So, and obviously I want to say it's the heart chakra. I believe so, which is why it's green. That's heart chakra. Something could have happened back in when the moon was in Cancer, and I believe that was back in January time frame. Yeah, I want to say that. I don't know why that came to me, but then we've got number 30, the 6th house, routine. Before I even read into this card, I feel like this is talking about what are your routines? Are they healthy? Is it a healthy routine, healthy habit? Do you work on yourself, your body? Are you into exercise? Are you into healthy eating? Or do all you eat is, bonbons and Dutch Bros all day? Well, I don't want to call out Dutch Bros in a bad way. I love them so much. They're one of my favorites. I'm just saying, though, do you, are you healthy with your habits, your daily routines? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you visualize? Look into, if you're going to talk about anybody and make judgments on anybody, make judgments on or talk about what successful people's healthy habits are. You know, look into the people that you find most successful, and instead of being like toxic about, oh, I bet that person does this, or oh, I wonder how that person's so freaking lucky, and instead look at that person and I wonder what they do, you know, for their routine that gives them these opportunities. It's like, for instance, do you wake up every morning and drink a glass of water first thing in the morning? Do you use lemon in your water? Do you meditate for 10 to 20 minutes a day, daily, right? Do you journal? Do you exercise? Do you take walks? You know, these are all things that many successful people do to keep themselves healthy. And, you know, that helps keep them in a mindset of success, you know, abundance, if you will. Routines are a very healthy thing. I know, like at the beginning of COVID, when everything was shutting down immediately, and I don't know where it came from because I'd never really been really good at it. Not that I couldn't do it, right? I just didn't, right? And I started making my bed every single day. And why? There was nowhere that I was going, but I was just like, you know, healthy space, healthy mind. And I'm like, if I'm waking up every day and I'm going to be stuck in this house, like, I at least want to make it feel like I've got my shit together, right? So I'd get up and I'd make my bed. First thing, I'd go out and I'd drink a glass of water. I'd go take a walk where there's nobody around me. I started meditating even more than I had ever done before, you know? And then that's actually what got me into helping out people with tarot, because I already did tarot and I already practiced, but I was practicing more and more of it, and I noticed how many people, you know, really kind of needed the help. And so people were reaching out to me. I started doing cards for everybody, and so now here we are. That was years ago. So anyway, let's read what this is talking about. 30. Somebody could be 30 years old. 3 plus 0 is 3. And that talks about partnership. It talks about celebration. It also talks about heartbreak, but it's more about partnership, working together, waiting for your ships to come in, that type of energy. Interesting. So the corresponding tarot card to the House of Routine is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles talks about planting of a seed and watching it grow and working on something daily in order for it to grow into fruition. Now, when it grows into fruition, that's how it grows into the Nine of Pentacles. Because, clarification, it goes from the Seven of Pentacles, which is planting of the seed, to the Eight of Pentacles, which is working on it diligently, to the Nine of Pentacles, which is the garden has blossomed. Now you have, you know, harvest, your fruits, the fruit of your labor. You get to bask in the glory of all the hard work that you've done. And then the Ten of Pentacles becomes jackpot, lottery, like you've got it all, you know, everything around you. So you just have to continue to work diligently in this routine, and it'll eventually get you to that Ten of Pentacles. So the body is a sacred garment. We're talking about body. You must change your usual way of looking at things. That's what this Devil in reverse is talking about. She's looking up at the star, but looking up at the Devil in reverse, like changing the ways, turning something on its head. The sixth house is ruled by the mutable sign Virgo and the planet Mercury. In the horoscope, it is the area of routine and everyday life. It's not so much a dazzling place as it has to do with the ordinary. Damn, we're almost at 40 minutes. Jesus. Excuse my language. So this talks about maintaining good health. Diet figures in. Anything that comes under alternative health or various approaches to strengthening the body and supporting a healthy lifestyle all falls under the category of the sixth house. I just heard, go look at your birth chart and see what is in the sixth house in your natal chart, and concentrate, like look up, like if it's Capricorn in the sixth or whatever, check it out and try to make improvements within that area. It's time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture, because everything that you do with your routine and what you do regularly, you may experience changes and disruptions in your schedule. So when that's disrupted, it kind of throws people off But the more you practice it, the easier it becomes, and the harder it becomes to be thrown off. This is probably not an easy time because it's not meant to be. For something to really serve you in the best way possible, with the outcome that you're wanting, you will have to go step by step and have patience. It's likely not to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future. So, in brief, it could be talking about your job, how you work, what you're working on, responsibility, duties, diligence, volunteer work, making sure that all details are covered, looking at the small things. Healing. I was saying that earlier, healing this. That's what the star energy is. Discernment. Oh my gosh. Discernment. Small animals, employees, and orderliness. So for many of you, I feel like this is just really talking about really using discernment, using your wisdom, changing up your routines to much healthier, types of, like a healthy schedule, healthy routine. It's going to start making you feel better, mentally, physically, all of the things, right? And that is eventually going to help bring you up into this independent woman. And like the Ace of Swords, I'm feeling like this is your eureka, your victory, your bright idea, your communication. And it's like, oh, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to start. So, and that ultimately is going to bring you into a bunch of opportunity. So that's what I have for you this week, Capricorn. I know it's taken a long time to get to that. But if you like what you heard, if this gives you any kind of clarity, answers, anything, if it resonates at all, make sure you drop a comment in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified of my content coming up. And if you'd like to drop a tip or a donation, make sure that you check out the description below. I have all of that information down there. But as you know, it's together we grow. So I really appreciate you giving me your time and energy this week, and I look forward to reading for you again next week. I will see you on the flip side. Peace.